Leatherworking has been around for thousands of years and continues to serve people well through building and repairing things like saddles, shoes, bags, and more. It's an incredibly useful skill for someone like me who is a horsewoman, and it's an art form in and of itself. Seeing the value in this skill, I created Skillcraft. My organization wishes to preserve this art through teaching the skills directly from a master leatherworker to students here in upstate New York. Making classes accessible was really important to me, so Skillcraft is created as a traveling classroom, where master leatherworkers would travel to a site where an event was being hosted and teach classes in person. My research was conducted at an event and at a leatherworker's shop. I spoke with both experienced and up-and-coming leatherworkers. What I found was that while leatherworking was alive and well out west, it is very much a dying art out here due to a lack of educational resources. My research began in February of 2019 at Art of the Cowgirl. This event focuses on makers in the Western industry and bringing together master artists and apprentices. This is where the idea for Skillcraft really came from. I visited David DeMarchi's shop in Rochester, New York as well, where he specializes in leather watch bands. He was largely self-taught, which is not surprising for our area, and further established the need for something like Skillcraft. I was also in touch with several other leatherworkers who either own their own businesses or were just starting out. All of them started out of necessity, and most focused on repairing their horse riding tack. They all told me they had learned on their own from books or YouTube. This got me thinking, who else would be interested in this? As a past member of 4-H, an organization whose emphasis is on hands-on learning, that came to mind first. I spoke with a 4-H leader who confirmed that 4-H members would definitely be a part of the target audience. Someone like Amanda Pelosi might also be interested. She's a horseback rider who wants to learn something that would be useful and be a creative outlet. So much in the horse world is made out of leather, so this is the best of both worlds for her. Once I had a good understanding of the motivation behind my project, I began designing. Skillcraft was not the first name I came up with, but it fits perfectly. I chose a serif typeface that had a more sophisticated but still Western feel, and chose colors to match. The Skillcraft website is possibly the first point of contact for students. Here they can see where classes are being held, learn about the master leatherworkers who teach, see a full list of classes, and register and pay for a class. Because the master artists will travel to wherever an event is being hosted, they need a way to get there. I created a wrap to go on the van that they would drive. This van would carry all the tools, leather, and take-home products for students to wherever they need to go. My largest undertaking was creating this pocket guide to tooling. It contains background information about choosing your leather, specific hide cuts, the tools you need to get started, step-by-step instructions, and bonus tooling patterns. When students come to a class, they come out of it with several things. First is the pocket guide to tooling, then a Skillcraft notebook for taking notes and creating their own designs in the future. They need something to carry their project and books home in, so these tote bags are also available. I used some of my existing graphics and worked them together to create 2 unique assets within my organization's brand. These business cards would be for master artists, and I also created a letterhead and an envelope that supporters may receive in the mail. Gift cards would also be available and would make an excellent gift for the maker in your life. The sleeves they come in echo our mission, to encourage people to create while learning a valuable skill and preserving an art. This grid of posters would serve as a backdrop and an eye-catcher when Skillcraft attends events like local and state fairs, or even craft fairs. It would encourage people to come to our table and then learn more about our organization. These posters will be put up around the area where a Skillcraft event is going to be hosted. They will get people interested and encourage them to check out our website, see projects they could make, and sign up for classes. These postcards would be mailed out to the community when a Skillcraft event was being hosted in their area. Similar to the posters, these would encourage community members to check out our website and register for classes. The last thing I created was this event invitation for a benefit that might take place to support Skillcraft and our mission. The invite features a photo of some beautiful tooling and a die cut around it, which exposes the bottom portion of the inside of the invitation stating, "You're invited."
I created a brand known as Seabud. Seabud focuses on creating CBD treats for dogs that suffer from joint pain and joint disease. Our treats are made with all natural ingredients, and we focus on clearing up any misinformation on CBD. CBD has been found to help alleviate anxiety and depression, seizures, joint pain, joint disease, and sleep issues. Most companies sell CBD without knowing the dosages, which can be extremely lethal to dogs if not administered properly. The goal of Seabud dog treats is to help provide dogs with the proper dosage of CBD based on their weight. Doing so will allow the pain to subside and allow them to return to their playful habits and lifestyle. Seabud's mission is to educate people on the benefits of CBD and how it is a more effective choice than typical medications prescribed for joint pain and joint disease in dogs. We also want to make their quality of life better. Our vision is to educate our potential audience on CBD oil and the multiple benefits it can have on dogs that are suffering from joint pain and joint disease. We also provide our audience with research on our webpage. We want our audience and users to interact with us by learning how CBD works in dogs and how different dosages can help given the weight of their dog. We can be found both in store and online. Our product is available for anyone over the age of 25. This product is strictly aimed to attract dog owners and dog lovers. We would also like to draw in those who are more open to the idea of using CBD for their dogs. Alice is a 28-year-old female from upstate New York. She is a horse trainer who has been looking into CBD for her German Shepherd. She is looking for a medication for her dog that is affordable and all natural. The Seabud logo went through a few different designs. Seabud wanted to portray the playfulness of a dog while also pointing out CBD. So the official logo shows a ball bouncing over the name and the dog at the end going to catch the ball. I chose to use dog-related colors and natural colors. The logo uses two different greens and browns. The browns look like a dog's fur, and the greens were chosen to represent CBD extraction from the flower. These are some brands that I looked at while researching different products currently available. Some use CBD and some don't. They use a substitute called glucosamine. These treats have charts to tell the user how many their dog should take per the weight bracket. These are some other treats that I had researched, but they do not have any suggested dose per weight. They tell the user to give their dog the suggested amount per day. These can be tricky as the dosage may not work for every dog. These are some promotional items I created for Seabud. They are the business card, which has the CEO and contact information on the back. Then there is the letterhead and the envelope. This is the fact sheet created by Seabud itself. This can be found both on the website and in certain pet stores. It tells the audience what CBD can do for their dog, and it pushes the reader to want to use the product. This is the Seabud website. People can go on the site to read reviews from real users, learn about the company and CBD, and purchase the treats directly from us. Visitors can also sign up with us to get sweet deals and updates on our products. As you can see, the product comes in 3 different flavors, known as bacon, beef, and chicken. Each label contains a chart and it tells the individual how many treats they should give their dog per day based on their weight bracket. Each container contains a total of 60 treats. The label wraps around the diameter of the container, and it's a clear white label, allowing the individual to see the treats inside. The stickers were created for promotional purposes, and there are 3 in total, 2 of which contain the slogans, "My dog uses Seabud" and "Paws up for Seabud," and the third has just the icon dog and the logo inside. This is the bandana that is given away free with each first purchase of a product from the Seabud website. It is a white bandana with the logo and dog prints. It can be wrapped around the dog's neck and is a cute way to promote the product and the brand. These are 3 posters created for the brand. The one in the top corner is a bus advertisement, one contains a slogan and a dog image, and the third is an infographic explaining the different makeup and uses of CBD and THC.
Walls is an online community as well as a graffiti advocacy organization. Walls hopes to share the beauty of graffiti by giving artists a place to publish their work. As advocates, Walls also plans on working alongside towns and cities to erect walls for artists to utilize. Since graffiti took off in the early 70s, majority of people have always disliked it. People are too fast to associate this art form with criminal behavior and vandalism, and because of this, a stigma grew around it. Due to the stigma around graffiti, it is written off as vandalism. Rather than take a minute and appreciate its artistic value, people I've interviewed only see it as criminal behavior because it was made illegal so long ago. Our goal is to spread the beauty of graffiti around the world. We hope to tear apart the art stigma surrounding this art form, as well as giving all of its artists a safe place to publish their work. Our mission is to prove to the world that there is beauty to be found in this art form. We want to work with as many towns and cities as possible to help individuals express themselves. Through this, we hope that we can slowly tear away all negativity that surrounds graffiti as an art form. Coney Art Walls is a project very similar to ours. They erected several large walls for artists to utilize. Walls wishes to take this idea even further by spreading it worldwide. Our vision is to free this art form from all negativity that our society has placed on it. Once we do that, artists can be free to spread their work throughout our towns and cities and make them truly beautiful. Walls aims towards all people no matter age or gender. If you are someone who cares about beauty and art, then you may be interested in our project. Morgan Harrison here is an avid graffiti advocate who has been supporting Walls from the very beginning. Participation is open for anyone who is open-minded towards art and willing to give graffiti a second chance. You can interact with Walls by visiting our website or simply by voicing your appreciation for graffiti whenever you encounter it. Our website is the main hub of our entire project. Here, we post and publish all work sent to us by graffiti artists. We also sell our standard and pastel kit for any person who wants to try their hand at graffiti. These kits are designed for any person who wants to try their own hands at graffiti. This box contains 4 spray cans, 1 respirator mask, 1 sketchbook, 1 mechanical pencil, and 5 pairs of disposable gloves. In our first standard kit, we have 4 colors. These colors include Tuscan Sun, Ruby, Night Sky, and Ultramarine. In our pastel kit, we also have 4 colors. These colors include Coral Reef, Sky Blue, Snow, and Lavender. A respirator mask is very essential to any artist who works in this medium. Aerosol cans produce a very harmful fume to our lungs, and these masks protect our artists. Sketching is important to any artist, no matter what medium you work in. That's why all of our kits include a 100-page sketchbook of unlined paper. For our business card, we chose a foldable design. The foldable business card fits into any standard wallet or card holder. When unfolded, the card shows off our beautiful Walls logo. Another great outcome of this project was our artwork. This piece is meant to be eye-catching to those walking by. We hope that with this piece, we can gather more supporters who feel the same way about graffiti as we do. The second poster is sure to jump out to anyone who sees it down in the subway. With this large piece, we hope to appeal to any person who wants to change their mind about graffiti and get more involved in the art form. For the final outcomes of this project, we hope that our advocacy hasn't been in vain and that you too have now have a newfound appreciation for this art form.
I'm Brianna Scalise and my project is thrift. Did you know that 4.40 pounds is a rough average of daily waste per person? $161 per month on clothing and services is average for adults. Middle-aged people spend about $50 more. For my research, I went to a couple thrift stores and took photos. Most of the places were cluttered and could not tell what was what. Thrift is an online and physical store. Thrift prevents items that can still be used from going to the trash. Also helps low-income families. Jenny is a 42-year-old woman who is a mom and also is a nurse. She loves thrift shopping and it helps because having 3 kids, they grow so fast. Participation, people can participate by donating items or buy donated items, or at home use old shirts as clothing rags, for example. For interaction, almost everyone is allowed to interact and to participate. People who donate or can buy items are a great candidate. For a response I want from my viewers is that to be aware of throwing away items that can help other people. Our mission is to increase the amount of items being donated and decrease useful items from being thrown out. Our vision is reducing used items from going into the trash, also being affordable for people who are in need of items. For my design process, I put together logos, type studies, and more. My company logo is low cost and high family based. For my type study, I went through 8 fonts out of the 100 or more I have in my computer. And these ones are the ones that seem family friendly to me. For logo development, I tried to find more that would be more family based, something that is elegant and yet family friendly. Here I have business card, envelope, and cover letter. The business cards would be made with seeded paper, so they biodegrade if they're not needed anymore. On the bottom, I have made 5 gift cards and 1 showing the back. On the right, I made 3 different types of tissue paper styles. Here I made 3 posters. 2 are illustrated and 1 I made with type. The 2 show different illustrations, but yet very elegant. Here is a billboard I have made. I used gradient throughout it, where it starts full on the bottom and it goes opaque to the top. Then I made tags and coupons. The tags are made with seeded paper also, and the coupons are peel off. For the outcome, I am hoping for more people to help others and reduce.
What many people don't know is how many children suffer because of poverty. Not being able to afford proper clothing can really affect the child. The biggest problem that occurs because of this is bullying. They eventually start to lose confidence in themselves, which can lead to other issues. It is also said that a $24,000 yearly income is considered to be poor for a family of four. And this is where Trove comes into light. Trove is a non profitable charitable organization that provides children with the clothes they can't afford. We specialize in our unique loot crate system that gives children our exclusive clothing. Research began with gathering data on childhood poverty and looking into other organizations. We decided to create our own donation system that provides kids with comfortable and stylish clothes. And the main issue is children lacking in confidence, and to regain that, we want to gift them with clothing that make them feel cool. At the same time, we strive to raise awareness on the situation and get more people involved. A kid named Jason Williams is currently a victim of childhood poverty. He lives in Schenectady, which is also where our main hub is located, and after a period of time, his teachers reached out to Trove, and we are here to help him in his time of need. The design process began with a logo. It has gone through many stages and changes, but we feel the ending result describes our brand the best. We have constructed our website in a fashion that focuses on the donation aspect. Here you can create one of our unique boxes that will be sent to a child in need. You may also find upcoming updates on events that we hold in our local community. Our Create section is where all the magic happens. Here you'll be provided with a wide variety of clothes that are each different in their own way. We have also designed the layout to look slick and appeal to the newer generation. These are a series of business cards I created. The final one I feel has a simple yet calm design and encompasses what our company is all about. Now, advertising is a big part of our goal, and I've created a series of billboards and posters. This billboard shown here can be seen throughout the city of Schenectady. These posters were designed to show off our signature style, while also demonstrating our slogan, Define Your Cool. These posters can be found on every street corner in the hopes of grabbing someone's attention. Now, as explained before, we have our exclusive box that not only provides children with clothing, but also other merchandise as well. Here is the finished product. The first item you will find is our main catalog. There are numerous pages filled with information, stories, and descriptions of our clothing line, all for your enjoyment. Next, you'll find a set of stickers. These stickers pertain to our normal logo, but also branch off to show our more creative and crazy designs. Along with the stickers comes a set of buttons that can go with any backpack. And you also receive a custom tin water bottle. Now, getting into the main component of our brand is indeed our clothing line. Here is just a small amount of our t-shirts that are available. These are just some of the long sleeve shirts that we have, and also our exclusive sneakers. Here are our exclusive hoodies and hats, each one having their own unique name that only fits them. The outcome of this came along with a lot of experience and learning about the subject at hand. I have seen all this happen before, so I created Trove to help those in need. To raise awareness in childhood poverty and help boost children's confidence is our main goal. Thank you.
The average risk of a woman in the United States developing breast cancer sometime in her lifetime is about 13%. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of death in women. Only lung cancer kills more women each year. How can breast cancer affect mental health? Well, one problem is feeling overwhelmed. They might be wondering if they will survive or if there's a daily routine that will get interrupted by doctor's appointments or even treatments. Feeling lonely. Even though there's family and friends that care, there still might be a sense of you going through this journey alone. All you can do is express yourself, but they don't know 100% on how you're feeling because they're not you. Angry. It's scary hearing that you have cancer, but there might be other things that you might be worried about, such as bills, keeping your job, or even death. They're all very stressful. Most individuals feel better learning new facts so they know what to expect. What is the solution? Bloom. We are a nonprofit organization that donates free cancer treatment support packages to breast cancer patients to encourage and uplift patient state of mind by incorporating text driven merchandise. Our mission is to provide mental health support for patients diagnosed with breast cancer. Our vision is to provide a breast cancer support box at no cost to patients in Westchester County to improve their state of mind. Maria has donated a cancer box to a family member that has been diagnosed. Maria doesn't live in Westchester County but is happy she still has an advantage to help a family member in need. Crystal is 75 years old who lives in White Plains, New York. She was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in 2016. She is happy because she received the items that will eventually help her motivate her through her process. Not only are patients affected, but family as well. Josh was notified that his aunt was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. It affected him negatively in high school, and his grades were affected tremendously and resulted in poor grades. Here's some logo development. On the left is my process to get to my official Bloom logo. On the far right is the cool, calming colors I went with. These are the packages of what inspired me to be different, from what was included in a box to price. Some of them were $30 and above. Our free Bloom package will include 5 text-driven shirts to help and encourage and uplift patients that they can keep forever. Further on this journey, a patient may lose their hair due to chemotherapy, and their head may be cold. Here are some hats in variety of color to provide warmth and encouragement. A patient may experience dryness of the skin, so the box will include 2 organic hydrating body lotions, including the Bloom brand logo and the Petal logo. Here are our delivery options. When the patient is diagnosed at their local hospital, they will receive 2 bags with their items. The patients that are being gifted will receive the box. Our promotional items include the unique founder's business card, letterhead mailed along with our envelopes. In the community, there will be Bloom posters to attract attention, recruiting our volunteers to help push out our mission statement by helping at our fundraising events to make everything possible. On our website is where a free order can be placed to donate to a patient that doesn't have the advantage of getting the package at the hospital. Also, here are updated events and location in Westchester can be found. My grandmother inspired me to do this as my senior project. She beat cancer and then it came back after 4 years and she passed away in April 2020. I am Ron McShaw and this is my senior project.
Hello, My name is Caridad Jerv Smalls. I will be talking about De La Luz. De La Luz is an organization that wants to use self-care products to help people who are going through sex trafficking. We want our products to help with both physical and mental health. There is a pressing issue today in society involving sex trafficking. There are 25 million people that are trapped in sex trafficking globally. There also isn't enough support specifically for the rebuilding of self-worth to help with survivors and their traumas. When doing design research, shelters in Albany and Schenectady did not have any information specifically for sex trafficking, only information about domestic violence. We want to support and improve the mental health of survivors, but how will we use design to solve it? De La Luz provides anyone that would want to begin the healing process after coming out of sex trafficking a specialized wellness kit to help their mental health and to create a sense of self-confidence. The people that will be participating, other than survivors, are shelters and homes or families who have a loved one that is a survivor. They can purchase these kits through a website. We want the receiver to feel good about themselves, and we want the people who give the kits to feel like they helped out in some way. This is Lily. She is someone who has been through sex trafficking and currently lives in a shelter. One of the volunteers has offered her one of our kits. She felt like someone cared for her and felt more inclined to want to improve her mental health journey. This is the logo development. When creating the logo for De La Luz, it took about 2 months to conclude on the final logo. We wanted our logo to portray that we were trying to bring light, unity, and stability to the women who receive our kits. This is the color study, showing the meaning of the colors that were picked out for our logo. The purple is meant to represent perseverance through hard situations, the yellow represents the light in their lives, and the black represents the strength and stability that can develop in healing. These are the packaging kits that will hold all the products for a wellness kit. The butterflies on the front are supposed to symbolize movement. This is portraying the movement in the lives of the women receiving our kits. We want them to move forward, not backward. When coming out of sex trafficking, people need hygienic essentials, but we want to provide more than just the basics. This is our shea butter and vitamin E hydrating hand lotion. This is our all-organic peppermint toothpaste. Like the hand lotion, this features our slogan on the packaging along with our logo. The watercolor is used both on the packaging and the toothpaste tube. On the left side is the shea butter and eucalyptus bar soap, and on the right is the kaolin and pink clay mask. All of our products are non-harmful to the body since we're trying to promote self-love and care. All of the kits will have matching butterfly greeting cards. These cards are supposed to uplift the receiver in their new endeavors. This one is the Priscilla Beauty Butterfly. It signifies change and meaningful purpose in life. These cards will also show our support in the journey that they're about to embark on, and we want them to know we care and hope our products can make them feel that way. This butterfly is the Bloomfield Beauty. It represents rebirth and a sign of hope. This butterfly is the Monarch. It represents a new dawn of healing and positive heart transformations. Throughout the project, watercolor is used like you see on the card. It's supposed to give a different texture than just a solid color would. There is communication between us and the shelters we work with and what they would like to buy for their occupants. The business cards we use both use stone informal and Futura typefaces, whereas the letterhead and envelopes is used Futura with our logo. The poster on the left is an advertisement for our brand. We want to get the word out about mental health and sex trafficking survivors. The poster on the right is our slogan and inspiring quote that we have posted up in the shelters and homes that we work with. This is our website where you can purchase our packages. On the home page, we show our slogan again. We also have an about page, contact page, and some information on sex trafficking and mental health. You have the choice to buy the wellness kits either separately, which is usually purchased by families, or in a bundle package where you can get 5 sets of all 3 specialized wellness kits that is usually purchased by shelters and homes for their occupants. De La Luz is unique because we want to use our self-care products to lead the women who receive our packaging towards self-care as the mind. We hope that they can always remember that they are more than their experiences and traumas. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rachel Hecht, and this is my project on honeybees. Honeybees are important because they pollinate plants that produce food, and they also produce honey, which has many health benefits. Honeybees are faced with many problems. Pesticides are chemicals that can harm and kill honeybees. People spray them on their plants to keep bugs away. When bees try to pollinate the plants, the chemicals from the pesticides can get into their system. Mites can also be deadly to bees, especially when they are brought into a hive. Mice are small parasites that can attach to bees. They can carry various diseases that are dangerous for bees. There is also a lack of resources for bees, meaning there are not enough wildflowers to provide bees with food. This is something they need to stay alive. Much of the food we eat is pollinated by bees. Many different types of fruits, vegetables, and nuts are produced through the pollination of honeybees. In fact, there are 2.4 million honeybee colonies in the United States today. 2/3 of them travel the country each year, pollinating crops and producing honey. Vitamin B is a brand that seeks to help fight colony collapse disorder through education and gardening. Vitamin B seeks to raise awareness for colony collapse disorder, educate people about the problem, and give them ways to help. The vision of vitamin B is to improve the well-being of honeybees and provide resources to reduce the risk of colony collapse disorder. People can interact through technology, hands-on experience, and by purchasing products, such as seeds and honey. The audience consists of people who like animals and nature. They want to help the environment. For example, a school teacher who wants to teach her students about honeybees and how to help them. Here's the logo development process for the brand. I came up with many different ideas, but finally reached the outcome that best shows what vitamin B is about. These are some educational aspects of the brand. Posters can be used to raise awareness for the problem of colony collapse disorder, and they can encourage people to get involved. This billboard is another educational aspect that can be in more urban communities, where people do not know as much about the problems honeybees face. This ad can encourage them to learn more. Here are the products I created for the brand. One of these products is wildflower seeds, which can help people have a hands-on approach to providing resources for honeybees. Vitamin B also sells honey, candles, and apparel. Honey is produced by the bees, and the candles are made out of beeswax. The apparel can be used to promote the brand and what it stands for. I created Instagram advertisements for vitamin B to get people to interact through social media. It will help them to understand the problem of colony collapse disorder and want to help through vitamin B. I also created a website. On the website, you can shop for products such as seeds and honey, and you can also learn more about bee conservation. The app I created has similar content to the website, but it also allows people to search for nearby beekeepers in their area so they can support them. We may not always like them, but bees are an important part of our lives. We wouldn't have many foods without them. Let's agree to save the bees.
Hello,
My name is Joseph Daugus, and this is my project. My project is dedicated to the task of tackling the issue of fast or processed foods and why families tend to turn to them over fresh food. One of the main questions I had come up with while researching this project was to improve food quality without losing its costs. One of the main reasons I found out were that hardworking families lacked the time to cook, so they turned to fast food. This led to my response, which was to create a fast casual restaurant which later came to be named Fresh Eats. This restaurant had one goal in mind, providing a fresh, affordable meal to families that lack the time to cook one for themselves. The brand itself is a restaurant dedicated to making fresh meals at affordable prices for people. The restaurants will use freshly sourced ingredients with minimal processing done. The mission at Fresh Eats is to provide affordable meals at lower cost without losing quality, as some restaurants have higher price points for higher quality food. The vision here at Fresh Eats is we hope to provide a fresh, affordable alternative to fast food for those who lack time or energy, or to those seeking pre-cooked meals. The way our customers can interact with us are through 4 different methods. They may visit the location and either order or dine in, order a meal through the website or app and pick it up, or call it in and pick it up. Let's use Marissa as an example. She is a 34-year-old mother who works at Walmart full-time to provide for her family of 4. She wants to find a restaurant that isn't a fast food restaurant to provide a meal for her family. As you can see, this is some of the design processes I went through when creating the company. The final logo is on the right, and the font faces are what I chose when creating the app, website, and posters you may see. I then went through and chose 4 colors I thought would best represent the brand. These are the 4 colors, as well as some versions of the logo testing said colors. Here we have one of the outcomes. This is a menu you would see at the restaurant when choosing to dine in or order in person. It contains several meals at affordable prices. Here you see the website where people may view the menu, find a location near them, look at current deals, and order their food to be picked up at their local restaurant. The app is quite similar to the website in many ways, as you may also view the locations near them, look at current deals, view the menu, and order food to be picked up near them. Here you see a poster that may be at the restaurant, advertising a 2-for-1 deal for seniors. This is something you might see inside the restaurant. Here's another poster advertising a grand opening of a new Fresh Eats. These are examples of what the restaurant sign might look like on the street if you were walking by. The type of sign may vary based on the location of the restaurant. Here's our Fresh Eats uniform. This shirt is what our employees would be wearing while working at Fresh Eats, and the apron is for our chefs in the back, preparing the food. Here are some coasters you may see in the restaurant, as well as the takeout bags you would have had to carry all the food you may have ordered. Here's an example of a container to which our food is located in. This is a burger box you might see inside of our restaurant. And finally, here's one of our cups you would see inside of the restaurant, used to carry the drinks you might have ordered.
The problem I'd like to address is suicide. Suicide is a huge issue, and it deserves far more attention than it is currently receiving. Statistics. From 1999 to 2010, the suicide rates for victims aged 35 to 64 rose by nearly 30%, and that number continues to rise. More statistics. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for teens and young adults, specifically people in the ages from 15 to 29. Research question. Are the current suicide prevention methods effective and are they available to everyone? Are they doing enough to stop and slow the rise of suicide? Conclusion. After my research on the topic, I have come to the conclusion that the current methods in use aren't effective and that we need to do better to resolve this issue. The Empathy Project. The Empathy Project is my response and potential solution to this problem. This organization is made to raise awareness and lower the number of suicides. Mission statement and vision statement. My mission is to spread awareness and prevent suicide. And my vision is to support people at risk of suicide and lower the suicide rate. Audience. The target audience of my organization is people of both ages from the age 20 to 35, but not exclusive to that. Positioning matrix and visual audit. I looked into other suicide prevention organizations and I noticed that what they focused on the least was research into suicide prevention and donations for that. This is a thinking map that I created to help me hone in on where to focus my research on this issue and to where my project will go. My logo process. These are some of the logos that I worked through and on to get to the final logo. I went through many variations, but at the end I came to the final logo on the left. Website. My intention is to get people to visit the site through advertisements and social media, where they will learn about suicide. Interaction. Once they visit the site, the goal is to encourage them through statistics and knowledge on the site to donate towards suicide prevention research. The Do Better campaign. The Do Better campaign was started to generate advertisements and gain attention and awareness to our cause to lower the number of suicides in America. Brand identity. These are my business cards. They have emotions and their definitions on the back with the color matching that emotion. The top left is the front and the other three are the back. This is the mock-up for Empathy Project's letterhead and envelope that I designed for the organization. This is an infographic that contains several facts all relating to the suicide rates in America. And how they're rising. This poster is showing that more people are dying now from suicide than people that are dying in car accidents. This is a huge number. This is the second poster that I made, and this poster shows the connections made between people with mental illness and people who committed suicide. This last poster is made to tell us that 50% of victims who sought for help in suicide ended up committing suicide anyways because it wasn't enough.
The problem I wish to address is that many teens and young adults suffer from social isolation and wish to be a part of a community. Teens and young adults who suffer from social isolation and leave it untreated could result in worse outcomes such as suicide. To get the attention of the demographic, we had decided to create a community through the means of a trading card game. Card games have strategy and immersive gameplay to keep players intrigued, which could result in long-lasting friendships with peers of a similar hobby. To start creating a card game, I needed to find some inspiration that could help me. To my luck, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering were card games that I was fully aware of. All three had a similar way of portraying their cards using hierarchy, image on top, text on bottom. The company Goliath is a multimedia game company that produces and sells many forms of games from cards to toys to electronics and video games. Goliath's ultimate goal is to create an all-inclusive community through the means of our products. Goliath is responsible for creating Chapters of the Aeon's Eternal War, a collectible card game that involves intense battles and challenging strategies to conquer your opponent. It also includes an interesting story to go along with the game. So what differs Goliath from other multimedia companies? Goliath represents the forefront of new experimental trends. It goes far beyond to challenge the uniqueness with stories of original legends to keep the players intrigued. Our solution as a mission is to provide a card game that can bring people together with a common hobby. The main objective is to shed some light on this card game for teens and young adults who are socially isolated and are trying to open themselves up to a community. Our vision is to tell teens and young adults who suffer from social isolation that they are not alone. There are people out there in society that they can talk to. We hope to enforce this message through a fun and interactive card game. This is a project that everyone can be a part of. However, the main targets are teenagers to young adults, male or female, aging from 13 to 30. All who partake will be seeking hope to interact with people in any forms or just want to find a hobby that they can interact with. Chapters of the Aeon's Eternal War is a role-playing card game where you play as a conduit, a being with cosmic powers whose purpose is to use the power of arcane cores to your advantage by summoning and casting cards from your hand to overwhelm other powerful conduits. Here we have Jamie Pax, an 18-year-old girl who lives in Middletown. She had suffered from bullying because of a mental illness she has. As a result, Jamie is forced to isolate herself in fear of exclusion. All she wants is to feel that she belongs somewhere. When it came to the logos of both the company and the product, I knew exactly what names I wanted to give them. However, the challenge was to give them a memorable design that stands out from the rest of the other card games. To emphasize that Goliath is a bit dark compared to other multimedia companies, I decided to work with black, gray, purple, and white to give off an edgy vibe to Goliath's personality. This shows the logo in black and white on the company colors. The cards shown were designed in a similar layout to the cards from the other trading card games. As shown here, there are multiple types of cards in the game: abstracts which you use to battle, incantations that vary in support, and the arcane cores that make the deck function. Showing more detail on the cards, all of the designs on the front of the card do not have a border. The type is small enough to fit and large enough to read. The back has a unique design and the name of the card game, so it's not mistaken for the other trading card game. To give protection for the cards so they don't get damaged, I designed sleeves for both the decks I created, also including playmats that show the layout on where the cards are placed and where they go during certain moments when in battle with opponents. These are the die lines for the deck's tuck boxes. Both decks have a unique design and a unique name that fits with their theme. On the back shows the list of cards you'll expect to see in this box when the time comes to open it. And it also comes with some small story about awaiting your arrival. These are mock-ups that show what the playmats will look like after being produced, still showing their indication on where certain cards are placed and where they go after some glorious or unfortunate events take place during the battle with your opponent. These are the mock-ups of what those card sleeves will look like after being produced. The sleeve's main function is to protect the cards from being worn or damaged. Both mock-ups show a unique design to indicate which deck you will be taking out for battle. Both versions of these posters tell a story, a tale of two cosmic juggernauts in a war that will never cease. There are two versions of this poster. One of these is a full image, while the other one is divided into 3 pieces.
Batting Hour is a chance to offer youth without the opportunity to join sports teams to gain in extracurricular activities such as skateboarding, allowing them to develop many skills and socialize with other people. My research started in the city of Newburgh skate park, which was well kept and clean, aside from graffiti on some of the ramps and the walls. The ages there ranged from 11 to 27, providing a diverse group of different people. My second stop was the Brian T. Daly Memorial Skate Park in Cobleskill, New York, which was very underkept. Ramps and rails were very damaged, and only 5 people were in attendance. The park seemed to be very underused anyway. Our mission is to provide youth who have less opportunity to join organized sports teams with an alternate physical activity. Our vision is to show kids, even though they can't join a team for whatever reason, they can still join a community of different people. All ages are realistically able to participate, but our targeted ages are 10 to 20. Participation can range from doing tricks to simply just riding around. As you can see from the positioning matrix, Patinar is a non-profit skateboarding organization, much like the Tony Hawk Foundation. Aidan O'Brien is a New Windsor resident and has just picked up skateboarding this summer with Patinar. Under certain circumstances, Aidan can't play on the teams at his school, so skating has really become his major pastime. My design process included logo study, illustrations, photography, brand development, brand study, and typography. And as you can see, I'm sketching out some logos right there. My logo development started out with sketches that ranged from very simple to more complicated, while finally I decided on a design of a logo type of the word patinar, which is a Spanish word for to skate. And the typeface I used for that logo was Futura Bold, and I used that for most of my project. Here's some posters I developed. On the left, you can see an advertisement for the Color Series skate decks. And on the top, you can see the Come Skate With Us campaign. Come Skate With Us really means that anybody and everybody can be involved in this movement. Anybody can skateboard, and anybody can really have fun with it. Here's a catalog I created for many of the viewers and interactions to check out some of our apparel, skate decks, and wheels. As mentioned, here are some of the skate decks. And the artwork was provided by me, which was created throughout the years, and I thought would be very good to put onto skateboards. Which was very similar with what I did with the skateboard's wheels. And as you can see, my artwork is put onto the wheels. Here's some of our mailing items. Encased in the envelope, you will receive our business card, which provides our phone number, location, email address, as well as our brochure, which has the same information. Here's a skate park I developed, which is just a sketch of what I wanted, a safe place for everybody to interact with, along with the sign. I've created a website where many people can see what interactions they can have, what collections are featured with our brand, and where they can shop from. That's all for my presentation. My name is Devin Corey, and this is Patinar. Woo!
The issue that I want to be addressing in this presentation is the hurtful misconceptions around Down syndrome and how it affects families and the people who have it. More than 6,000 babies are born in the U.S. every year with Down syndrome. That is 1 in every 7,000 child within the continental U.S. Down syndrome is relatively known for its more physical features. It is a genetic mutation that flattens the profile, giving the person a smaller head, ears, and mouth. The issue that I have decided to address with this is my brand 21 Hues, which is a fashion line that wants to curb the stigma and misconceptions around it. At 21 Hues, we believe and embrace that everyone is different and that they should all let their hue shine no matter what. Through this, we believe that art and fashion will help us. At 21 Hues, we show our support by donating to Down syndrome based charities, and for every product that we sell, we also donate a product to charity as well. Anybody can participate in this. It's not just one group for advocates or families, it's essentially about everyone who is interested wanting to learn. Sarah is a good example. She has a roommate and a friend who has a sibling that has Down syndrome. She doesn't know much about it, but she wants to learn more to show her support for her friend. In the process of making 21 Hues, I had to go through several different ideas to really get what it was, and ultimately I didn't even start with the 21 Hues idea. I had wanted to do a video game, a storybook, uh, ultimately many different things until I did something near and dear to my heart. When deciding upon the 21 Hues logo, I really wanted to do 21-3, which is not correct mathematically, but there is an extra chromosome for 21, which is what I was trying to display. And ultimately, I had settled on one originally, but over the break, I decided let's make it more simple, more friendly, ultimately. The typeface and color palettes wasn't really working with the brand idea that I had in mind or what I had originally envisioned. And thanks to the outcome and the break, I decided that 21 Hues would be a monochromatic scale and shading presentation. It has endless possibilities to let your hue shine. Two of the examples that I have listed are the thank you card and the business card in front of you, showing you that it can switch up but at the same time still be. Same with stickers, the boxing package, which is what I had originally wanted to do and took elements. The model in the posters are my little sister Victoria, who actually has Down syndrome and has been part of other campaigns such as Upstate Network. Here are some of the shirts ideas that you would be able to purchase from the 21 Hues website. Something playful and colorful. And lastly, the mock-ups for the posters for that you would be able to buy with on the store. 21 Hues is a passion project that I have been working on because I really do believe that this is something that needs to be addressed. Thank you for coming to my presentation.
About 13.7 million children and adolescents are suffering from obesity. Childhood obesity is a huge growing issue in the United States. Their suffering can range from joint and cardiovascular disease. On this slide, you can see the various meals that are contributing to the growth of obesity. To solve this issue, I created a company called Nourish, which is a food truck that will be traveling around the city of Albany selling fresh, local, homegrown fruits and vegetables at an affordable price. This is a visual image of the food truck. I basically created my company revolving around a food truck because I basically wanted to make it accessible to everyone. Nourish has to offer various types of fruits and vegetables ranging from all the fruits that are listed on this slide. This is a site map of the different locations Nourish will be traveling to, and you can find out more detailed information on our website at www.nourish.com. These are the 3 posters that I created to advertise Nourish. And these posters will be posted up on every bus stop in the city of Albany. Nourish target audience are people that live hectic lives and basically after working they don't have time to go to the grocery store and go food shopping. Nourish goal is to provide fresh fruits and vegetables to families to reduce the growing rate of obesity. This is a matrix showing my companies compared to grocery stores. And as you can see, on this slide I have my business card, and on the left hand side these are the bags that will be provided to Nourish customers. And finally, this is my website.
Hello everyone, my name is Kimberly Rose. I am an artist, designer, educator, and founder of the Playful Palette app. This app was inspired by a passion for art. As a creative experiencing firsthand the undeniable decline of art integration in our schools, I can tell you it is truly heartbreaking. The question of whether or not art should be included in educational systems is redundant. Art is education. Albert Einstein was one of the world's greatest thinkers, and as you can see by this quote, he knew being creative is an important part of intelligence. Einstein also said play is the highest form of research, so we played, and then researched play. We wanted an app that offered a true mixing of art, learning about it, experiencing it, and most importantly, creating it. A place where little ones could learn about art, but at the same time, not be overwhelmed. We consider our app a stepping stone into the wonderful world of art. We wanted to play a role in encouraging engagement with art. Visual appreciation of art is one of the keys to furthering one's creativity, and that's just one of the many benefits. Developing an app is about asking and answering questions. In our case, who is Playful Palette for? What positive changes will our app make? Why is art so undervalued? How can we change that? At Playful Palette, while we encourage everyone to experience art, our main intention was for our app to be enjoyed by the tiny fingers of the world. Little ones smiling and having fun. That's what Playful Palette is all about. And making someone like Kelsey smile led us to ask her what she wanted from an app that lets you play all day while you lay by the bay in the month of May. And this is what she had to say: make it fun, easy to use, and throw in a little bit of learning. Speaking of putting fun and learning together, let's talk color. Choosing a color palette for an app about color palettes? I know, what were we thinking? For starters, color theory in relation to art, psychology, and early childhood development. Now let's get back to play. Here's a brush and texture study. These scribbles may not look important, but realism and brush feel is a hot topic in the digital art world. You get this wrong, you're done. Speaking of done, don't our iPad mock-up screens look great? Thank you. We really wanted our landing page to express what Playful Palette is all about: having fun with art. In our case, art on the go. Even better. Our home screen keeps it simple and playful, but don't let the simplicity fool you. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, but we don't want to bore you with details. Luckily, finding fun is always within reach. Our play page, like all our pages, keeps it minimal. We refer to this page as distraction-free doodling. Doodles are so important to young artists. Experienced artists call them warm-up exercises. We think doodling just sounds more fun. Our Learn page offers step-by-step lessons. Just swipe to see a range of offerings. Each lesson cards give a quick glance of what's in store by showing the length of time and a suggested skill level. A round of applause, please. Our mini masterpiece, the Create page. You've played, learned, and now it's time to create. We've added more tools, more colors, more freedom, and more opportunity to have fun with art. To keep the app light and breezy, we created a website for those pesky details that shouldn't get in the way of art. Don't worry. If you need them, they're just a click away, online or from the app itself. Pesky details aside, our website is packed full with fun. The Play and Learn pages offers links and additional guidance from some really talented artists. Our Create and Show pages really bring it all together. We're not afraid to admit this. Art is our passion, and we really want to share that passion with our Tiny Fingers communities. Also, we love feedback, so feel free to use our simple contact form or reach out on social media. Finally, designing these printed materials was like walking a tightrope with vertigo. How do you keep a playful feel on professional documents? How do you keep consistency in your brand when your target audience changes? Our app audience doesn't even know what letterhead is, but in the end, we do. We know what it is, what it does, and why it needs to look good. And that, my friends, is why the world needs artists.